Hello, friends. Good afternoon. My name is Rahul. Welcome to the very first episode of the Willy-Nilly show. Dear friends, I've been wanting to start this channel for a while now, for the simple reason that we live in this era of citizen journalists where almost everyone is armed with a smartphone. In this scenario, the world is divided between the haves and the have-nots based on one's knowledge of international/current/global affairs. I too want to traverse this journey from the have to the have-not through my own reading, research, and also with the help of a learned guest. Now, enough of housekeeping. Let's jump straight to the topic for today. As you can see, it's from MAGA to tariffs to targeted racism, the conundrum of President Trump. On 20th January 2025, the 47th President of the United States of America was inaugurated. And the events that have unfolded since then, especially in the last 6 months, makes one wonder whether the 45th President and the 47th President of the United States of America are the same person. Because, I feel they're not. I've been racking my brains trying to unravel this conundrum, this mystery, this puzzle of the 47th president, who was also the 45th president of the United States of America, and I feel they're not the same person. Okay, the body is the same. He might have added a few pounds and a few inches around his girth, but most certainly they're not the same person. Body is the same, but mind is absolutely different. Or maybe he's using someone else's mind. He's under the thumb of someone. Let's try and understand. So first, try and understand what happened during his first term. During his first term in 2016, he rode a wave of popularity, a huge wave of popularity to win at the hustings, and became the 45th president of the United States of America. With the working class people, blue-collared people, farmers, and middle-class people rallying behind him to achieve MAGA. And what is MAGA? Make America great again, rich again, prosperous again. Try to right the wrongs of the earlier Obama administration. He had noble ideas and noble intentions. He did great in the first term on many parameters. In the first term, he banned immigration and tourism, both immigration and tourism, from many Muslim countries, I think 40-odd countries. I don't recall the exact number. There are 57-odd Arab countries and Muslim countries, and I think he banned people from 40-odd countries. That was a good beginning. Then he started building the wall on the Mexico border. Again, a great idea, trying to stop the illegal drug trafficking and the human trafficking, and trying to also stop at the same time illegal immigration from the Central and the South American countries. That was, again, a very noble endeavor. But something did change this time. We'll discuss that later. What else did he do in his first term? He handled COVID pretty well, though the death rate in America was very high. He couldn't stop that. But it did point out that World Health Organization, despite taking a lot of money, maximum amount of money from America, is not favoring America, but favoring China. And he openly called, he had the courage and the audacity and the nerve to call it China virus, though that's debatable because when you read here and there, many people say that it's actually Sino-American virus. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just quoting what I've read here and there, that it is Sino-American virus, a designer disease thrust upon us by the powers that run the world. So another thing that he did in that term was that he was very pro-India, that is Bharat, which was about to change, in his new stint as the President of the United States of America. So when we consider all these things, then he began great. And in the next elections, that is when Biden won, apparently he was equally popular, but they say that the election was rigged. And there was a lot of hanky-panky, especially with the postal ballots, and that stopped him from becoming the next president. That is the 46th president Biden became. Now again, this time, he rode even a bigger wave of popularity and won the elections and became the 47th president of the United States of America. But this time, he's a completely different man. So in this term, like in the last term, he was very anti-Muslim jihadist, and very anti-terrorist. But this time, a few months down the line, we see this golden handshake with the Pakis, a terrorist country, Pakistan. And as if that is not enough, apparently his family is involved in the crypto trade in Pakistan. Maybe that's the idea, for everyone to earn some money. I think his company's name is called, if I'm not forgetting, World Liberty Financial. Is that the name of the company? Something like that. So through that company, they're trying to do the crypto trade there, hand in glove with the Pakis, a terrorist nation. As if that is not enough, the crypto trade in Pakistan, he also invited the ex-ISIS leader, terrorist, who had a bounty of $10 million on his head, to America and shared the stage with him. Apparently, this lad is the president of Syria. Again, I think that crypto trade is happening, that Middle East is going to become the crypto capital in Syria. So that's quite different from that. This is a stark difference from what happened in the first term. Now let's talk about tariffs. In the first term, he was cribbing that there are many countries, which impose tariffs on American goods. This time also, he said the same thing during canvassing, during campaigning, but this time there was a slight difference. He didn't discriminate between friends and foes and slapped tariffs on pretty much all the countries of the world. 140 odd countries, I think so, were slapped with tariffs, with special love reserved for China, Russia, Brazil, and India. Russia tariff doesn't matter because they've already been sanctioned since the Ukraine war, 2022. But still, the others, China, India, and Brazil, with special love reserved for India, that is part of. We'll come to that later. So apparently, with this tariff thing, the President of the United States of America is trying to burn bridges with almost every country in the world, trying to isolate America, turn it into an island, so that the great global reset can happen sooner rather than later, especially with de-dollarization about to happen around 2029-30, as predicted by some of the experts in America. There will be a huge market collapse very soon. And as if that was not enough, the MAGA has turned into not Make America Great Again, but Make America White Christian Country Again. Why am I saying again? America was not a Christian country. They want to make it a Christian country. Make America White Christian Country Again. Now let's try and understand. It's just my assessment, my analysis. What went wrong for the president this term? He doesn't seem to work like a conservative Republican. Maybe that rally which happened, the election rally, which happened in, what was the city's name, Butler, Pennsylvania, where that sniper bullet kissed his ear and missed. And then he just stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. I think that was the moment he lost the fight. Then 2 more attempts happened on his life, and he was completely arm twisted into submission by the deep state. So that is why I say he's a changed man. He appears to be a changed man. This is only my analysis, and he seemed to be under the thumb of the deep state. So nothing has changed. It is the same old Biden-era policies, carrying forward. I was hearing Mr. Putin, the President Putin of Russia, sometime back he said in an interview that it doesn't matter which party wins the elections. It doesn't matter which person who becomes the President of the United States of America. The country will always be run by the system, by the bureaucrats, career bureaucrats. That's why President Trump had a huge problem with bureaucrats in the first term, because he was inexperienced. Now he's experienced, and someone else is running, I think, the government from behind. So he has the support. So after he was arm twisted into submission, Deep State knew that this chap is popular, and the other, cackling wonder, that person can not win the election. So how about supporting this guy? So what if he's a Republican? Support this man. We'll have our guy in the White House, and he will follow our agenda. He will deliver the great global reset, de-dollarization, imminent market collapse, and ultimately, I think so by 2032, a new world order. And we've been talking about racism. So Make America Great Again became Make America White Christian Country Again. So what happened was, if you had noticed, they formed this new thing called dog with an E, an electric dog, Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE they call it. And this chap, Vivek Ramaswamy, he's a very smart lad. He pulled out of the thing. He withdrew, and Peter Hayes should retreat. Higgledy-piggledy, he ran back to his state of Ohio, because he knew that this place is not for colored people. This country is slowly becoming a white Christian country. So he withdrew, just went back to his state. He's focusing on his things there. And as if that was not enough, we are noticing that Epstein Files has disappeared, that big subject during election campaigns. So much so that when Elon Musk left with a black eye given by Bessie Darling, that very day he posted on Twitter some video and saying that the president is not releasing the files because apparently his name is there. And then he deleted it the next day. And flip-flop, and fickle-mindedness, and again, apparently he's friends with the president again. So you don't know, you never know. But, you know, this Epstein Files fiasco has made people like Cash Patel look absolutely clownish. So all I can say is that check is better than the cash. And also, Tulsi Gabbard, she wants to put Obama in jail. Will she be able to do it? I don't think so, you know. These people are being run by the white master. They don't matter, do they? And another thing related to racism, I think all that racism thing is targeted towards Indian, that's the Bharatiya people, for the simple reason that we have been noticing that they are drawing a flag everywhere. I think the American intelligence, along with the intelligence of Five Eyes countries, is launching or has already launched a campaign against Indians on social media, which is carrying over to the ground. So we are seeing rallies in Australia and New Zealand. So what happened in Australia in a few cities, so what they are saying that this is an anti-immigration rally for both legal and illegal migrants. But if you try to understand it carefully, observe it carefully, you realize that the people who are being targeted are the Indians. Why do I say it? Because when you take a look at the literature, I was going through one of the pamphlets, when you go all the way down, it's written that in the last 5 years, more Indians have migrated to Australia than Greeks and Italians in the last 100 years. It's quite obvious. So Make America Great Again has been turned into Make America White Christian Again. So I definitely think that the 45th guy is different from the 47th guy. Maybe the same body, but different minds. This is all I wanted to share with you today. And I have a topic ready for the next show. But the next one I'm going to do definitely with a guest. That's what I'm thinking. I want to do it with a guest. Now, I'll be doing it on my own. That is guest hunting. But if you wonderful guys out there can give me some suggestions, your suggestions will be welcome. You can write in the comment section. And you can also email me. My email is there in the About section. So please do that. I will look into it. But definitely on my own, I'm going to try and find a guest for next time. I think I have a topic in my mind. So before I sign off, I want to say 3 things which every YouTuber and social media guy says. Guys, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. So, till next time, stay hydrated, stay good looking, stay knowledgeable. Bye-bye.